Hello, it's me. I'm back and we're doing another What I Eat in a Day based off of a TV show. And this week it's Friends, a show I've watched countless times since I was a teenager. It's honestly my go-to comfort show that I watch whenever I'm feeling tired or mentally drained, or I just want something easy and lighthearted. And I feel like September is a very busy time for a lot of people, and we all need something easy and breezy around this time, which is why I picked it for this week. So let's do it. Let's spend a day eating like we're on Friends.
It's like last night, I couldn't do the thing that usually makes me great.
Okay, we are starting with the very last episode of the first season, episode 24, for breakfast. This one I was pretty excited about because it's Captain Crunch cereal, which I'd never had before, so I was pretty excited to try it. I found the exact same box, there it is, same box, and we're having a side of toast and what I think was marmalade. So I didn't have marmalade, I had apricot jam, which I feel like is pretty close. He also had apple juice, but I looked in the store, there was no apple juice, so I just went without. And overall, I feel like this is a good cereal, but I don't think it's a breakfast cereal. It's very sweet. It's especially when you have it with jam and toast, which is also very sweet. Like, it's just a very sweet breakfast, but ultimately on brand for Chandler, I guess. So
It's like you told her you did. Just pointing out the irony.
So for lunch, we're going to episode 20 of season 1, and we're going to have Monica's sandwich with a side of chips. Now, I paused the screen many times when I was watching this to try and see what was in her sandwich, but it's still not super clear because, this was filmed in the 90s, so it wasn't HD back then. But I feel like I did see some sliced meat, so I went with sliced turkey. And I also think I can see some cheese in there. So I sliced up some cheddar and put that in there. And then I'm not sure if I am just wanting to see it, but I feel like maybe there was lettuce in there. Either way, I put lettuce in my sandwich. It is what it is. And that's how I made it. Overall, it was okay. I made it again a second day and I put mustard in it, and that made it a lot better. I kind of wish I put mustard in it the first time, but I don't know why I didn't. I regret it now because, this was a pretty bland sandwich. I went with salt and vinegar on the side, and that did make it slightly better. I put a little bit of it in the sandwich. It was good. The salt and vinegar chips, though, they were really, vinegary. They kind of hurt my mouth a little bit, but I still finished them because,
Babes, could you maybe hand me a cracker?
So for the afternoon snack, we went to episode 8, the funeral episode, and we had cheese and crackers. Very, very simple. I made it look as presentable as possible, but it's a very simple snack. There's not a lot you can do with it, so I don't really have much to say. It was effective in filling me up for a short amount of time. Would have again.
All I'm saying is if you had told me vegetarian lasagna, I would have made vegetarian lasagna.
Okay, so for dinner, we're going to episode 12, and I actually did make a vegetarian lasagna. This is a lasagna I've made many times. I have not followed a recipe for it. I think I started with a recipe the first time I made it, and then, I just kind of, it's lasagna, it's not too difficult, so I just do what I think is correct, and it usually works out okay. So we basically start by slicing up all of the zucchinis, and then we wilt down some spinach. I was supposed to dry it. I did dry it after I put it in the bowl, because otherwise it would be very wet. So then I add lemon juice, and I like to use cottage cheese for some extra protein. I have also done it with ricotta before, and that's pretty good. And then I sprinkle in some cheese. I am aware that I ate quite a lot of cheese on this day. This is parsley. Threw in some parsley. Any kind of herb I feel like works. Coriander would work as well, or basil. Maybe not basil, I don't know. Then I have this tiny little dish. I really want a bigger dish, but right now this is the only dish I have. and I put marinara sauce down, and because the dish is so small, I have to break the pieces of pasta because they don't fit as a whole, and they don't break very easily too, so I really end up having to do this like puzzle piece thing for each layer, but it's fine, I make it work. Then you just start layering things. So I put the cottage cheese layer down, then I put the zucchini down, and it's really just rinse and repeat from there. What I like about lasagna is that, you know, it can be very messy on the inside. It can be a complete just mess, but in the end, no one can tell as long as the top layer looks good, which I feel like mine did. You can't even tell what's going on under there. So I put it in a bowl, and yeah, it was very tasty. I did salt and pepper it afterwards. I realized I forgot to do that before, but I did it afterwards.
We got some trashy magazines, we got cookie dough, we got Twister.
So for dessert, we went to episode 4, which is one of my favorite episodes. It's the sleepover episode where they're like watching the politician across the window, and it just, I don't know, I just love it. It looks so cozy, and I wish I was a part of this sleepover. So I made cookie dough, which I had never had before, and I was very intrigued. It always sounds so good, so I decided to give it a go. I found a recipe, I followed it, and it was just butter, caster sugar, brown sugar, milk, vanilla essence, mix it all up, and then you just add in some salt, some flour, and some chocolate chips, and then you just mix it up and eat it. And I was very excited until I tried it, and then I realized that cookie dough is not for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it was too soft. I put it in the fridge for a bit too to see if that made it better. It didn't. It just, I think maybe it was too much butter. I don't know what the issue was. Either way, I probably wouldn't have this again because I didn't enjoy it.
You probably didn't know this, but back in high school I had a major crush on you.
And then to finish off, we go back to the pilot for an Oreo that they split. Although I don't know why they split it, because Rachel doesn't actually eat hers. She doesn't eat it.